Yeah, class, hope this PPT is visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we have discussed in the last class about Doji. And after discussing Doji, we were discussing about the support and resistance levels and the Fibonacci series. Okay, so can you tell me what exactly is the help of Fibonacci series for traders that we were discussed in the last class? I repeat, what is the help of Fibonacci in terms of stock market, where it is really helpful? Anybody knows the answer? Okay, so what do you
We can
understand with?
predict the movement afterwards. I mean, uh, if it is 21, so the next, suppose the stock price falls under the 21 line. After that, it can move to 13 if it goes down, or it can move to 34 if it goes up. So this is how we can predict.
Okay, so Siddharth is trying to say that they act as levels, right? In other words, they act as a levels, right?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
yeah, so if you have understood what is support and resistance levels, and these are the levels the traders would love to watch out for. Okay, so that has been automatically given by the Fibonacci series. So if you missed some of my sessions, you guys can actually go to the Moodle, and all the recordings are available there. So please go watch it. Then only it will be helpful. Otherwise, if you just log in for the sake of attendance, that is not going to be helpful class. What I'm trying to say is, hope everybody understands this. How many of you gone through all my 4 sessions? Because this is my 5th session in trading strategies. So we have substantially moved forward with respect to understanding of trading strategies. How many of you completely know what has happened till 4th session? Please raise your hand. So Afridi, Siddharth, Yadu Krishna, Shalini Gupta, Roshan, Harshit, Haritri, Harsh Sharma. Okay, so only few hands are raising. Okay, you can lower your hand now. Fine. So if this is the case, it's going to be quite difficult class. Please go through all these sessions and then you attend my session. It will be helpful. And from 10th July onwards, I'll be taking all my sessions offline. Obviously, every other professor will be doing the same. So before you come and attend the offline session, I presume that you must have gone through all my lecture sessions, which has been posted on Moodle, and that is the assumption I'm going to be making it. And I'm not going to be repeating anything which I already covered in the classes. Okay, so it's your responsibility now to go through all the sessions of trading strategies. It has already been got recorded. It has already been posted on Moodle now. So please go through them and then you attend my session. Okay, so this is my humble request. So we have discussed Doji. So Doji means what? The close and the close price and the open price are actually going to be same. It has got lower wick as well as the upward wick as well. Okay, it is something like a cross mark. It is actually going to be something like a cross mark. So that is what this doji is all about. We already discussed. So we know the market is in indecision whenever the doji appears. So now we are moving on to the next one, that is hammer and hanging man. So what is this hammer? You must have seen the hammer. So that is exactly the pattern looks like. Okay, so you can see here what is hammer and the hanging man. So hammer looks like this, and the hanging man is also looking like the same it is. Okay, so hanging man and hammer both are the same. Okay, but it has got opposite effects they have got. So we'll discuss what is it. This patterns helps traders in setting up directional trades. Okay, so if you want to go for the directional trades, hammer and the hanging man patterns will be helpful. The interpretation of hammer and hanging man changes based on where it appears on the chart. Supposing if it appears after the downtrend, meaning changes, or if this hammer appears after the uptrend, the meaning changes. Okay, so what is it? We'll see. So these are the famous reversal patterns. You have to understand that hammer and the hanging man, both are, whenever it is formed on the chart, it is going to be acting as a reversal pattern. Okay, so reversal pattern means what? If the trend is downtrend, if hammer happens, then appears, then what happens is you will have an uptrend. That is what is called as a trend reversal. Okay, so trend reversal means if it is an uptrend, the formation of the candle happens, maybe hanging man. Then what can happen is your uptrend can actually turns out to be a downtrend. So that is actually called as the reversal pattern. What do you mean by continual patterns? The pattern, if the uptrend is there and there's one particular pattern appears, again there is going to be uptrend which continues after that particular pattern appearing. Okay, for example, doji can be a continual pattern or it can be a reversal pattern. We have seen that, right? So the hanging man pattern is bearish and the hammer pattern is the bullish one. Okay, so hanging man is bearish and the hammer pattern is going to be bullish. Okay, we'll see once we see the picture, it will be easier. So these patterns are characterized by long lower shadow with a smaller upper body. You can see the body and the wick, the shoulder, the shadow is also called as wick, you know, right? So the wick is slightly lengthier than the body. That is what it has been characterized by. Okay, if the bullish pattern appears at the bottom end of a downtrend rally, it is called as a hammer. So bullish pattern appearing at the bottom end of the downward rally. Downward rally means it is a significantly markets are actually down, and there is going to be hammer that is going to be forming. And what you can expect the market to happen is market will be reversing and it is going to be an uptrend now. Okay. If the bearish pattern appears at the top end of the uptrend rally, it is called as hanging man. Okay. So there is going to be up movement happening. Momentum is going to be now what? It is going to be uptrend, and a bearish pattern appears, that is going to be hanging man. And then what happens after the bearish pattern appearing? The market will collapse. Okay, which means come down. Market significantly comes down. So it is called as what? Hanging man. It is. Okay. To qualify a candle as a pattern, the length of the lower shadow should be at least twice the length of the real body. So what we are discussing here is the body and the wick. Okay, so the body should be small and the wick should be larger. How much the wick should be larger is at least the twice of the body it is. Okay, so that is what is actually called as what the characteristics of the pattern it is. And this is called as the shadow to real body ratio. Shadow to real body ratio should be at least twice. Okay, and you can see what is this hammer. So you can see this is a visible downtrend. So trend is going to be downtrend. You can see the markets are collapsing. And afterwards, what happens is there is going to be a hammer pattern which appears here. Okay, so body at least body to wick ratio should be double. So in this case, it is more than double, is it not? So if it happens like this, then obviously it is going to be in hammer pattern. What you can expect is market to reverse. So there is a downtrend, hammer appears, then the markets will be bullish. So how a trader will take opportunity here is, so he'll see the pattern that is, it is going to be a downtrend and there is going to be formation of a hammer. Then he will buy above this open price. Okay, the open price means here it is. Above this pattern higher, okay, above this pattern, what he does is he goes long. Once he buys over and above this pattern, then what happens is, where should he place the stop loss? Anybody would like to comment on this? Where should be the stop loss? You know that when to enter. When to enter means at the above this pattern is going to be entry. And where should be the stop loss one should be keeping for the hammer if you want to trade this?
Sir, low of that candle.
Yes, Kavit, you're right. So low of the candle means assuming that the low is 100 here. Okay, so below 100 means maybe 99 rupees and 50 paise or 99 rupees you can actually keep your stop loss. So above this will be you're going long. And where we should keep the target? Any idea, class? Where should be our target? What should be our target? Anybody would like to guess? You have discussed this already.
Sir, you on the resistance level where the candle is checked twice or thrice.
Yes, so you can go for the candle resistance level. Okay, so or you can actually think of going for support and resistance level. If you have been already plotted on your graph on your chart, you can go ahead and that can be your what is it exit point. Or you can think of going for the Fibonacci series. or plotting above the Fibonacci, and whichever the levels, next level is there, next resistance, whatever it is there, that can be your immediate target. And supposing if the target has been breached, you have not if you're not still booked your profits, then you can think of doing that as an trailing stop loss, and you can raid your profits, keep on raiding the profits. You can see in this case, at least it has moved like anything. Okay? So you can see it has moved like anything. Whatever the bearish trend is there, you can see the uptrend is also similar to that of the bearish trend. Okay? So it is a significant move which has really made here. Obviously, it is an example. It is. So that is why it has been. I have taken a very good example as such. Okay, you can think of exiting first or second target, which is going to be here or maybe here. You can think of exiting there. Okay. So as you know that candlestick patterns will not give you the target price as such. You should be relying upon support and resistance levels, or maybe for that matter, you may be relying upon the Fibonacci series for that matter. Okay, we have discussed both of it in the last class. So we'll see what is this company. What? Yeah.
Is there any specific time frame we should look for a hammer?
So hammer, higher the time frame, it is good. If you're an intraday trader, you can think of going for a hourly candle. That is what is you should be going for. Otherwise, you can think of going for only the daily candle. Okay, so higher the time frame, it is better. It is. Hope I've answered your question.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So for supposing that on the 5 minutes candle also hammer appears. Okay, so that may not be a significant hammer. So that is easy to violate. That is what I was trying to say. Okay, you can see the hammer appeared here. There is a downtrend, and hammer appeared. You can see the market gone up. Okay, so this is the chart of Hindalco. Okay, so notice the green hammer has a very tiny upper shadow. You can see there is a tiny upper shadow that can be seen here. Even if it is a hammer, upper shadow is or upper wick is slightly there. Okay, it is not that completely. It is not having any bald or something of that sort. It is there here. You can see there is going to be if this is the if this is the hammer you are looking at, you can see there is going to be a tiny what is it the shadow or wick is there, okay, for the head. Okay, so that is negligible, and because of which since we are supposed to be slightly be flexible with respect to the candlestick patterns, so we can actually forgive that. So notice that green hammer has a very tiny upper shadow which is acceptable considering the be flexible and quantify and verify rule. That is what we have already discussed. The hammer can be of any color, as it does not really matter as long as it qualifies the shadow to real body ratio. So color is does not matter here. Obviously, what happens is, however, it is slightly more comforting to see a green colored real body when there is a persistent downtrend. A green colored hammer makes us more comforting to go long, is it not? So rule, the prior trend of the hammer should be a downtrend. So just because hammer has formed, you don't take a position. Please try to understand, this is very much important to us. There should be a consistent uptrend or an acknowledged downtrend. Then only the hammer should appear, and then you should actually go for a taking up of the position. Just because it's a sideways market and if hammer appears, don't go out and take the position. That is actually going to be not the correct way of entering the hammer. You are not really trading the hammer, you are just trading something else maybe. Okay? So that is what you have to be understanding. Hammer pattern confirmation happens only by looking at the trend. It is a downtrend or maybe uptrend. Okay, and the formation of the candle. Okay, so trade setup, you know what is trade setup? It is actually, we already discussed that how to actually trade this. We have got risk averse trader and the risky trader. Who is a risky trader? Who will trade? Who is actually called as a risky trader in case of who is trading the hammer? Can you tell me that we already discussed with respect to the previous candles, candlestick patterns?
So
Who is a
one who is
risky
going to take trade in
a risky
Sir,
trader takes the trade?
the
When?
one who take risk and reward ratio high.
No, that is
so
not
the
the
one
one we
who
have
is going
discussed.
so the one who is going to trade in a sideways market by looking at hammer.
No, no, you should not be taking at all. You should not be taking any sort of trade in the sideways market at all, because that is not a hammer. In other words, So risk averse trader and risky traders. There are two types of traders who will actually trade these kinds of candles. And the formation, okay, supposing the candle is in formation and today itself you are going to be, yeah, Kavit, please go ahead and tell me.
Sir, risky trader just took a trade by seeing the hammer itself. And risk averse trader will wait for the confirmation that next candle will be a bullish candle, or is there any confirmation or not? So
Yes,
that can
you're
be.
right. You're right, Kavit. So Kavit has rightly answered the question. So what happens in case of risky trader is a pattern is under formation today itself. Today at maybe at 328, before just the market going to be closing, what you do is you jump in and you actually trade based on the hammer. Okay, so you go for a position. Okay, you want to go for a position today itself, and you're not really waiting for the next day, and you're not really waiting for the formation of the candle to happen, but you're jumping in today itself and you're buying at the 11th hour. Okay, then you're actually risky trader. That is what we discussed in the last class, previous sessions when we were discussing about Marubozu, is it not? So a hammer formation suggests a long trade. We know that. So the risky trader buys a candle the same day. However, the risk averse trader will buy next day after looking at the full formation of the candle. And also, entry should be what? Supposing if it is a bullish, then you will be buying it above the close price of that previous close. You'll be buying it. That is what it is. Okay. So the low of the hammer acts as a stop loss for the trade. We already discussed. Some of you already answered. So now we go for the hammer we have discussed. Now we go for the hanging man. So you can see hanging man and hammer, there is no difference at all. Where it appears, that really matters. If it is a hammer, it should appear at the downtrend. Then downtrend should have happened and then the hammer appears, then it is called as hammer. Okay, if the same hammer, which is actually called as hanging man, appearing at the end of the bull run, then it is called as what? Hanging man. Okay, so you can see how the hanging man looks like. So this is also looking like a hammer itself, right? There is an uptrend, a consistent uptrend, and you can see hanging man appearing. Hanging man means again it is one more hammer itself, but it is now instead of appearing at the downtrend, it is appearing when there is a consistent uptrend. Okay, so there is an uptrend, hammer appeared, and you are going to be going short after breaching the pattern low. After breaching the pattern low at this level, you will be shorting it, and the candle high will be your stop loss. Above candle high will be your stop loss if it is a short trade. So you'll be going short here, and you can see how the markets have actually crashed like anything. So that is what we should be doing. So you have now understood when to enter this. That is below this candle. You have to go short for the next candle. You can see next candle you did not get the trading opportunity because it has not breached this pattern at all. And the third day, what has happened? Assuming that this is a daily candle, in third day, what has happened? Third day, it has actually given you an entry because it has breached this candle low. That is why you went short here. The moment you went short, you actually fixed up a stop loss as here. Somewhere here, you have fixed up the stop loss. So what has happened? The stop loss did not hit, but the market collapsed. You can see markets have gone down significantly. Okay, so that is what is interpretation of the hanging man. Okay, so understood. Hope everybody understands what is this hanging man. It is just like one more hammer, but now this time where it appears is it appears after the consistent uptrend. The hanging man appears, and then the market will be reversing. As I told you, hanging man and hammer both are actually going to be the trend reversal patterns. Those are actually trend reversal pattern, which means uptrend, then the hanging man appears, then there is a consistent downtrend. Okay. The hanging man can be of any color, and it does not really matter as long as it qualifies the shadow to real body ratio. At least it should be 2, as we already know. The prior trend of the hanging man should be an uptrend. You can see the clear trend is uptrend. Supposing if the same hammer appears somewhere in between, maybe market is in the sideways, and if that appears, then that is not really going to be called as an hanging man. So you should not be trading based on the hanging man. Okay, so you can see one more hanging man. So there's an uptrend, and there is going to be hanging man, and you can see then markets have collapsed. So next comes the shooting star. Okay, what is this shooting star? Again, it looks like slightly like a hammer, but this is how the something like an inverted hammer, something like that, it is actually called as a shooting star. It is. So you can see this is hammer. If the hammer is vice versa, if it is ulta, then it is called as what? The shooting star it is. Okay, that is the only difference. Otherwise, they look wise they are actually the same. It is only thing is it is something like reversing the hammer. It is actually looking like a shooting star it is. Okay. So what is this? The price action on the shooting star is quite powerful, thus making the shooting star a very popular candlestick pattern to trade. The shooting star looks just like the reverse of the hammer we already discussed. So you can see what has happened. Again, it is also a reversal. Shooting star is also a reversal candle. It is consistently there is going to be an uptrend. Shooting star has appeared and market collapsed. You can see this is also one more trend reversal pattern. It is. What you have to do is you have to visualize and you have to keep in your mind what is shooting star and what is hammer and what is the implication of it. You should be keeping in your mind whenever you are trading. Okay, you should be making use of these candlestick patterns. Okay? And these are powerful. Believe me, these are actually going to be powerful ones. Okay, and you can also scan using the charting the way I showed you in the last class. That we'll be doing once we discuss this shooting star. Okay, you can see shooting star also formed, and then what has happened? Markets are actually going down, reversed. Okay, so you can see one more shooting star. So shooting star appeared here, and then market gone up. So there is a downtrend, and then there's going to be immediately after this, it's an uptrend. It is. And one more you can see here. So shooting star appeared, and then market gone up. SBI, and this is Cipla. Okay. So the shooting star has a long upper shadow where the length of the shadow is at least twice the length of the real body. So that already discussed for the hammer, that holds good for shooting star as well. The color of the body does not matter. We already discussed. So the longer the upper wick, the more bearish is the pattern. So we should be looking for the longer wick. So if the wick is longer, then we have to understand that the pattern, the reversal is actually going to be phenomenal. That is what we should be understanding. So the small real body is a common feature, or a common feature between the shooting star and the hammer. That is what is the commonality between the shooting star and the hammer. Okay, the shooting star should not have a lower shadow. However, a small lower shadow is permissible. We already discussed in case of hammer, that holds good here as well. The shooting star is a bearish pattern, hence the peer trend should be bullish. Okay. So you can see this is how it is. So the trend is uptrend, shooting star has happened, then there's going to be downtrend. This you can see shooting star appeared here, but it has not given you any entry at all. So it is called as what? The shooting star actually failed, which means you have not taken up any trade at all, because where you should there is an uptrend, shooting star appeared, and you should have actually shorted it. For shorting, what is the rule? The rule is you have to short below this pattern. So what has happened? Second, third day also it really did not happen. So because of which, what has happened? You did not enter into the trade at all. So we should consider this as an what? A failed shooting star it is. Okay, so this is a failed shooting star. You have not entered into the trade at all. So you can see this is an inverted hammer, and this is called as what? A shooting star. Shooting star appears at the end of the bull run, and the inverted hammer appears at the end of the bearish rally. Okay, that you have to understand. So when there is a downtrend, inverted hammer, and what happens? The trend is going to be reversing. Okay, similarly, before shooting star happening, what happens? The trend is bullish. Afterwards, a shooting star appears, then trend will be reversing. So these are the very famous the trend reversal patterns that you have to be keeping in mind. Okay. So price action with multiple candlestick, what we do is we will pause here. We'll go to the live charts and we will discuss for a while whatever we have discussed regarding hammer and the shooting star, inverted hammer and everything. So evening star, all that. So then we will carry out our discussion. So what I do is I'll go to is this visible? The chart is visible, class?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what I do is I'll just go out and take up charting. I'll go to charting as usual. So I'm there on the charting. So I click on the charting. I go to screens here. You can see I go to screens here. So after going to screens, I'll go to These are the pre-existed candlestick pattern scanners. What I'll do, I'll just make use of them itself. Okay, so shooting star for daily time frame, you can see shooting star. So I'll click on this. So I clicked on the shooting star. So automatically somebody has already created this screens now. We want to make use of them. Okay, so you know how to use this. So there's a guideline which has already been posted on Moodle. You can go through it. So you can actually create your own scans as such. Okay, because you know how the shooting star looks like. Okay, so run this scan. So I come down here and you can see Karur Vaishya Bank. So I go pick up this Karur Vaishya Bank Limited. Okay, so I'll go to chart. I'll write here Karur Vaishya Bank. Okay, so I click on it. So I click on it. So can you see this class? What is this formation is? Can you see this? What is this?
Shooting star.
So there's an uptrend. There is a continuously there is an uptrend, and there is a shooting star formation happening. It is not a confirmed shooting star. Supposing if you're in a risk trader, what you should do? If you're a risky trader, what you should do at 328, what you should be doing?
Directly short the Karur Vaishya Bank.
Yeah, so you go to futures and then you will be shortening it. Supposing if you already got Karur Vaishya Bank in your portfolio of investments, what you do is you go and sell them. Okay, so then what happens? Tomorrow again, it should actually cross this lower of this, because this is the low of this pattern. Okay, so this should be broken. Okay, it should be broken, then only you should go short. If you're a risk averse trader, tomorrow you should be waiting for this particular hammer to the shooting star to in fact to make it happen, and then you should be entering. If the market is going, if the Karur Vaishya Bank is going below this tomorrow, then you should be shorting. If you are doing it, then you are actually called as what? You're a risk averse trader. Okay, so you can short it either in the futures market if it has been listed on futures, or you can think of going short on this as well. Okay, so this is how you actually do it. So which means the Karur Vaishya Bank Limited is actually working for us, right? So next comes HDFC Limited. It is not HDFC Bank. It is HDFC Limited. It is. Obviously, the merger is going on. Let's see. So I'll go to HDFC Limited now. So click on this HDFC. You also simultaneously do it. Tell me now what happens. You do it on your chart and tell me whether HDFC Limited, what is that pattern is. I'm not doing it right now. If I get some answers from you, then I'll do. Yeah, go ahead. Do for HDFC Limited and tell me what is the pattern it is appearing there. Let's see how many are doing along with me. Okay, only Kavit is doing. Let me see if Indraman is doing, Harshit is doing, Harsh Sharma is doing, Siddhartha is doing, I guess. He raised your hand. Yes, anybody else is doing along with me? Afridi is doing. Shobit, yes, Shobit, can you tell me what is a pattern that you can actually look at HDFC? Roshan, Derevi, very good. Shobit, can you tell me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just wait.
Yeah, please take your time. Yes, Shobit, can you tell me now what is it? What pattern it is? Yeah. So yeah, Shobit.
That is currently it's red candle or but it's not fixed.
Is it a hammer, whether it is a shooting star or it is an inverted hammer?
Currently it's hammer because a green hammer is currently
It is a hammer. Okay. Yes, Edu Krishna, can you tell me what is it pattern is?
what's that?
No, I'm asking Edu Krishna for the confirmation, what he has to say.
Yes, I can see a shooting stars,
It is shooting star.
but yeah, so I have checked the chart for 1 day. I'm using Upstock. I don't have my
That is fine.
laptop with me right now.
So that is fine. Whatever the chart, it should be the same, right? Trading view is just a one more. So you can see HDFC Limited, it's a shooting star, right?
Yes, sir.
Shooting star under formation. It is 302 now in my watch. So another 28 minutes to end. So what you can do is, if it is really a confirmed shooting star, what could happen tomorrow? HDFC Limited has to crash. Is it not? If it is a confirmed one, and if it is going to be going below this pattern, then only we should go and short it. And you know that HDFC Limited is there on the futures market as well, and you can think of going short in the futures, or you can think of buying the options, or what is it, buying the put option, or you can think of buying the or selling, shorting the call option as well. So there are various ways of doing it if the stock has been listed on the derivatives market. If it has not been listed on the derivatives market, then we have got only very less option as such. We can buy it if we have to buy it, but if you have to hold an position, it is going to be quite difficult, right? So that is why if you have in your portfolio of investments, you'll be shorting it. Otherwise, you'll be carrying it out. Okay, so that is what about HDFC. So let us go to the next one, the Jamma Auto Industry. Okay, so let me go out and see Jamma Auto. Jamna, sorry. Jamna Auto. So there should be an uptrend, but this is not an consistently. There is no. It's not an uptrend. I feel that more of an sideways market. So if you have some sort of difficulty, you can see the markets are in sideways. So for me, this is not an uptrend. So because of which I'm ignoring it, I'm moving on to the next stock. Okay, so I'll go to the next stock now. So Angel One, ANGEL. Angel One. Okay. So Angel One, yes, you can see the trend is uptrend here. Okay, and so shooting star is under formation. It is. Okay, and you can see there is a doji which has already happened, which means market is in indecision. It is. Okay, so you should be quite careful now. So if the wick is slightly larger, that would be comforting for us. We have to see this where this is actually going to be closing. Supposing if it closes below right now, what is it is trading? It is trading at 1744 right now. If it closes below 1740, maybe 38 or so, obviously this is above, it should be above this open price. Then we can think of this as an shooting star. Okay, so which means the candlestick, the charting is really helping us, is it not? So next is Prism Johnson Limited. Okay, so what is this? PRISM, Prism, PRISM. Yeah, so let us go to that. Okay, so class, what is your view on this? Whether it's a shooting star? Siddhartha, you raised your hand. Can you tell me?
Sir, the market is going sideways. So,
Sideways it is. Okay.
it should, it is going uptrend. It has gone uptrend on Friday, last Friday. So, maybe it will fall.
Okay. So as per me, as per you, this is not a shooting star, right? Market is sideways, is it not?
It was shooting star, but I should not take a position right now.
Yeah, that is what I'm saying. So it looks like a shooting star, but the confirmed trend is uptrend is missing, is it not?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Anybody has got any other viewpoint? Or you would like to second the opinion of Siddhartha?
Yes, sir. Siddhartha is right, as we cannot see any uptrend. So
So it's not an uptrend for me also. I don't want to take risks. Supposing, see, markets are actually ran up. But after that, what has happened for the last 10-15 days, it is in the sideways. So I would like to give more weightage for this as a sideways. So, and because of which I would like to move on to the next one if it is there. Okay, so I don't want to consider this as an what, a shooting star. Okay. So good. So I am going to go with the next one now. So the next one is JSW Steel, is it not? So let me go to JSW Steels now. Yeah, anybody has got anything to say?
Recently, JSW still touched this 52 weeks high. So, yeah. So, if there is a shooting star, maybe it may fall. The trend may reverse. So,
Okay. So you are saying that this is a shooting star and market may fall.
yes, sir.
Okay. So yes, this is a shooting star for me as well. Okay. So we have to be wait and watch till 328 or so. And then if it has been there, I think this is also there in the derivatives market. You can think of going for that. Yeah. So let me go to the next one in this list. So RBL Bank Limited. Yes, anybody would like to say anything about this RBL Bank?
yes, sir. It's almost a shooting star. It is.
But still there is some confusion, right?
Yes, sir.
Some confusion is there because there's a correction which has come up and then there is
Exactly.
a rally, is it not? It is actually looking like a shooting star to me as well. Okay, so if you feel that it is not looking like a shooting star, okay, please don't take the position. Okay, if there's a confirmation, you can actually go for the next level of confirmation. Okay, you can think of going for the Fibonacci retracements as well now.
In this kind of case where there was a run up and this was a kind of retracement, like tasting some important level, and then it has went up. In such cases, would it be okay to take a decision based on a candle?
No, you have to go for a confirmation. That is why I drawn this Fibonacci now. Is it not? You
Yes,
can see that there is a Fibonacci I just now drawn. And apart from that, I would also take into consideration of one more trend. You can see I'm going for a trend now. You can see there is a trend line I just now drawn now. You can see here.
Yes,
Is it
sir.
visible? So I'm making slightly darker. You can see. So I've drawn a trend line as well. And there is a support here. So you can see there is a level out here as well as here as well. Okay. So after drawing both of this, what is your opinion now? You tell me now. Class, you should be now responding. Not this particular, because this is very far off now. Okay. So right now there is an shooting star. At the same time, it is also very crucial thing because I already drawn this trend line as well. This also acts as an dynamic support and resistance level. Now you tell me, what is your opinion after drawing this trend line? And we are not covered
It's
trend
a
line.
strong indication because it is touching the higher point. So, it's a strong indication that the market will go bearish.
Yeah, market might go into bearish because by looking at the trend line, if it closes below this, definitely it is closing. Both shooting star confirmation would have also happened. At the same time, it is trading below this trend line. Okay, so because of which, thinking both of it, your what is it you're thinking is this is actually going to be strong sell. You are deciding that this may be a strong sell. Okay, and I would like to go for a short trade here because the stop loss is very less here, is it not? Since my stop loss is very less, I can actually take that risk and actually go out and trade this. Is it clear, class? What I would do if I am actually doing this? Any doubts here? Okay, we have not still used any indicator because we only know the Fibonacci support and resistance levels, and we also know the shooting star, means the candlestick patterns as of now. So supposing if we know what is RSI, MACD, ADX and all that, so we can actually take a decision, more a concrete decision. Since we have not discussed all of them, so I'm going to teach or give my opinion right now based on them. Okay, so let us, and we have not even discussed the volume analysis also. Even the trend line analysis also I have not discussed. This will discuss after 2 sessions from here. Okay. So this is one way of actually drawing a trend line. It is. This is also going to be acting as support and dynamic support and resistance levels. Okay. So now what I do is I'll go back to the next stock in the list. So Vijaya Diagnostic Care. So the volume is very less. So I'm actually ignoring all of them. You can see the volume is very less, right? So volumes are very less. So because of which I've taken at least some 7-8 I have already taken. So I think that is sufficient. Last one will take Rajesh Exports. Okay. Is it a shooting star class? Yes or no?
Sir, it's consolidating for almost 4 or 5 days now. Though it's a shooting start, but
No, it
and
is not
even
a
after,
shooting star. It looks like a shooting star, but there should be an uptrend. That is
yes,
missing.
it's downtrend. Yes, sir.
It's a downtrend, right? So we should be ignoring it. The moment you see there is no trend as such, okay, there is no uptrend, downtrend, whatever it is. So because of which we are ignoring this Rajesh Exporters. Okay, so one last one, Aditya Birla Fashion. Yes, Nikhil.
Sir, what is the difference between hammer and a shooting star?
Hammer and the
Shooting star. Shooting star.
yeah, the implication is going to be bearish. Means bearish it is, but hammer it is exactly the reverse of it. I'll just go back to where I left off. Is the PPT is visible?
Yes, sir.
This is shooting star. You have seen it, right? Okay. So hammer, you can see where is the hammer. Just a minute. So you can see this is hammer. So hammer appears once there is a downtrend, then when there is a hammer which appears. Shooting star appears at the end of the uptrend. Okay, that is a difference where it appears. And also it is inverted, something like an inverted hammer. It is. That is how the shooting star appears. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So tell me now, Aditya Birla Fashion, what is it? Confusing?
Yes, sir.
It is confusing. First of all, I don't think so. This is going to be an hammer here because the body to the wick ratio is supposed to be at least double, is it not? Twice. So body should be less and the wick should be more. So because of which this is not an what is a shooting star for me. Okay, it should have an higher wick. And one more thing is one more thing is it's an uptrend, but it has taken so much of variations which has already been there in the stock. So it is very difficult to say this is a consistent uptrend is actually there here. So there is a doubt. In doubt, don't trade it. Supposing if you have got doubt, please go. Don't even think of actually trading because you've got many other shares to trade. You can actually ignore it. Okay. Hope that is clear. It is fine. So if that is the case, you can think of going for an just a second. You can actually draw a trend line as well, as I told you, when there is in doubt. Okay. So you can see there are 3 touch points, 1, 2, 3, and this one, 4 touch points are there. And here what has happened? We have to see where this particular candle is actually going to be closing. It should, if it closes below this, which means it has not closed above this trend line, which is, it is not bullish still. So of course, I'll not be trading based on the shooting star. I'll be trading this based on the trend line only. I am not considering this as a shooting star in this case. Is it clear? If it closes below this trend line, and if tomorrow closes again, if it opens or wherever it trades lesser than this particular trend line, then I'll be going short. That way I can actually think of doing it. So if that is what I can tell. So this is not the shooting star for me as of now. Okay. So we have discussed enough with respect to this. I'll be going to the next one. So hammer. You can see bullish hammer it is. So somebody already returned this. Okay, so let me go run this scan. So no stock filtered in this particular scan, it is coming up. So which means there is no formation of candle for hammer here. That is what it is clear it is. So you can see intraday hammers, they use it for 5 minutes also. Let us go for intraday scan of 15 minutes. So run scan. So you can see there is no list which is visible here. So let us go back. So daily hammer, there is one more. Scan is running here. Okay, so looks like it is scanning for more time. And let me go back. Positive hammer, there is one more here. Let me see. Okay, so positive hammer, there is some which is coming up here. So Patel Engineering Limited. So let me go to Patel Engineering. Yeah, class, can you see this one? What you will do? Can you put your answers in the chat box? Let me see how many will put. What is your opinion based on this? Because we scanned for the hammer, we got this result. What you will do now? So put your answers in the chat box. So I'll be waiting for some time. Let's see.
Sir, like we can see we have two upper circuit before today.
So Harshit has
Also,
said appear to downtrend. Okay. So now you tell me, Arindam.
sir, I think previous 2 days it has given upper circuit.
Mhm.
Also today hammer is being formed. Also it is breaking out above 52-week high, I guess.
Okay.
So I think we can take a long trade here.
So you want to short this?
I won't short it, sir.
Then what is the use of hammer? It is hammer is a reversal pattern, right?
But I won't short it over here, sir, because 2-3 of the parameters are negating my checklist of shorting it.
Okay. So you don't want to consider this as hammer,
No, sir, I
or
won't.
what?
I'm not sure actually.
You're not sure? Okay. So first of all, technical analysis, you have to see whether this is a penny stock or not. It looks like a slightly a penny stock, is it not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And the freezing, if it happens like this, it is going to be difficult. Supposing if you short it, okay. So if upward freezing happens, how are you going to come out of it? That is my worry. Getting it? What I'm saying. So because of
Yes.
these two things, I am not really comforting to go for it. And this particular stock is also not been listed on the futures market. I can't really short this in the futures market. I can't take up I cannot really buy a put option as such. So because of which I'm not really, I don't want to look at this because I don't hold Patel Engineering in my portfolio of investments also. So these are the reasons I don't want to go out for this. Otherwise, supposing if Patel Engineering is not upward freezing, assuming that it is not upward freezing, assuming that this is also not a penny stock, assuming that this is also into the futures market, I would actually rather go short of it below this particular level tomorrow if it goes below that in the options market. Maybe I may buy the in the money put option as such. Okay, options we have not discussed, but I'm telling you, those who have already understood, they can understand what I'm trying to say. Otherwise, don't try to break your head. It will be learning. You'll be learning in financial derivatives course where Professor Manti will be teaching that. Is it clear, Arindam, my stance, what I have to say?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Got it. Absolutely got it. Also, sir, if we see last 10 days volume, today's volume is pretty good. Like
There is a
last,
spike up in the volume. There is an above average volume. It is. So
yes,
the
sir.
line, what is that I've actually posted here is an average line. It is.
Average.
This is above average volume. It is. Just because the above average volume that does not mean that tomorrow also it is actually going to go up. We can't really say because it's a formation of clear hammer. It is.
Exactly. Yeah, that's true.
Is it not? So we should not be taking risk of going going out and buying it. I don't think so. That is actually going to be a prudent decision because it is already into resistance. Again, it is actually going to be a formation of hammer, clear hammer it is. So my view is it is a bearish view below this particular level. I'm saying I have actually stated here as well. So below this level, I might short below this level. Just a minute. So below this level, I can actually short it, provided if it is there in the derivatives market, and as I told you already, all that. Okay. So that is about my view. And let me go to the next one. IRB infrastructure it is. So I'll take up this as the last one. Okay, instead I'll go for the LIC housing finance. Somebody charted. Okay, sir, can you analyze the bank Nifty? Yeah, obviously we can analyze anything, but right now let us go to see. There are many things to discuss in technical analysis. Let us stick to our syllabus. Whenever the chance comes, time comes, definitely I'll do Bank Nifty. Okay, so Bank Nifty, and also I can even do Nifty as well for that matter. Okay, definitely I am actually up for all that. So next comes IRB infrastructure. This is the last one I'll be taking it for this. Yes, class. What is your opinion? This is a hammer.
Sir, body to weak ratio is not as compared to like.
Harshit, you're trying to say something, but it is not audible to me.
Sir, not audible. Hello.
Arindam, is Harshit is audible to you?
Sir, now am I
No,
audible?
sir.
Hello.
Yes, now you're audible.
Yes, sir. I am saying that, sir, like it is not like a hammer, sir, because body is to weak ratio is not that as we have as you have
So that
mentioned.
is point number one. Next.
Yes, sir. And sir, second thing is, sir, trend also. It is not
So
for
it is
only
not
for,
an yes, yes. So
sir.
trend is also one problem.
Yes, sir.
So we are actually rejecting it. Okay. So we are not taking into consideration of this.
Yes, sir. So
Fine.
this is,
So
I
that is,
can say that like it is a fake out candle, I can say, sir.
yeah, it's not a hammer at all for us, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So what we do is we'll go back to the where we left off. We are going to go with the next discussion. So we all covered all this. So hope after understanding the practicality of it, if you read it once again, whatever the PPT which I am posting it, that will be much more easier for you to understand. So now we discuss going further. We'll be discussing so price action using multiple candlesticks. So far what we have taken into consideration is we have used only one candlestick, and we are trying to predict what lies ahead. Now we take into consideration on more than one candlestick, maybe two or maybe three for that matter, and we would like to take up a decision because two or more than two forms it is called as multiple candlesticks. Okay, the first one is actually what the engulfing pattern. Okay, so in a single candlestick pattern, okay, the trader needed just one candlestick, right? So in case of multiple candlestick, it is two or three, as we already discussed, which meaning that the trading opportunity evolves over a minimum of two trading sessions. It is so engulfing pattern needs at least two trading sessions to evolve it. Supposing if you are looking at the end of the day chart, so at least it requires 2 days of trading session to make it happen. So in engulfing pattern, we will find a small candle on a day one and a relatively long candle on a day two, which appears as if it engulfs the candle on the day one. Okay, engulfing means completely covering it. Okay, so if the engulfing pattern appears at the bottom of the downtrend, it is called as a bullish engulfing. So there should be a downtrend, then engulfing pattern has to appear. Okay, then it is actually called as what the bullish engulfing. What is bullish engulfing? There is a consistent downtrend, and there is going to be engulfing which happens here. So engulfing means it is a 2-day pattern. It is so this is actually called as pattern one. I call it as P1, and this is called as P2, which means pattern two, which has happened in 2 days time period. Okay, so you can see here this is actually called as what bullish engulfing. Why it is called as bullish engulfing? Because the trend is downtrend, engulfing happened, and over and above this level you would like to go long, and lesser than this, below this particular pattern. Okay, that is where the stop loss should be placed. Okay, so bullish engulfing. So I'm not taking much time because you have understood how to interpret it. If this is the pattern, it is called as what bullish engulfing pattern. A bullish engulfing pattern is a two candlestick pattern we already discussed. As the name suggests, this is the bullish pattern we already discussed. The 2-day bullish engulfing pattern is encircled in this chart. Yes, this is one more bullish engulfing. There is a downtrend, bullish engulfing happened, and then market gone up. Okay, so this is a bullish pattern it is. And the peer trend should be downtrend. So we already discussed all that. So you can see there is one more bullish engulfing which is forming here. Later on, you have to go above this level as you should be entering this. And the pattern low will be below the pattern low will be your stop loss. You'll be placing it. So there is one more engulfing pattern you can see here, bullish engulfing pattern. So above this, it is going to be bullish. You can see downtrend, then there is an engulfing, then there is an uptrend which has formed. So downtrend, and there is an engulfing, and then it is going to be uptrend. So bearish engulfing means it's exactly opposite of the bullish engulfing. You can see there is an uptrend engulfing has happened, and you are going to take an entry point below this low. You are shorting there, and then market crashes, which means basically the engulfing is a reversal pattern. That is what you have to be keeping in mind, like hammer, shooting star. So the bearish engulfing. So I think this discussion is not required. Hope you have understood this. What is bearish already? So I just display you the charts so that it is going to be quite comforting for you as well, because you already understood what is bearish and the bullish engulfings. Right? There is one more chart here: uptrend, engulfing, then downtrend. Okay, so the bearish engulfing pattern right at the top end of the upward rally, and the formation of doji a day after the engulfing pattern formation, you can see here. Okay, so there is a bearish engulfing has happened. After that, there is a doji which has happened, or it may be called as a spinning top. So when there is a spinning top, you know that there is an indecision in the market, and there is a formation of the engulfing as well. So engulfing along with the doji is going to be double confirmation, which means market is going to fall. You can see how the fall is, right? So this is one combination you can actually keep in mind. Okay, engulfing with doji, that is going to be a strong pattern. So next comes the dark cloud cover. So remember this is again one more, it looks like one more engulfing again. Okay, slightly the variation is there, just you can see. Okay, so this is actually called as dark cloud cover. Okay, so it also looks like an engulfing only, right? So engulfing, this dark cloud cover also belongs to the family of engulfing only. So what is this dark cloud cover? What is the difference between engulfing and dark cloud? We will see now. So the dark cloud cover is very similar to that of the bearish engulfing that we have discussed. So in a bearish engulfing pattern, the red candle on the P2 engulfs P1 blue candle completely. So what has happened? What happens in case of engulfing is the second pattern is going to be completely covered. But in case of dark cloud cover, you can see it is not completely covered. It is maybe 50% or maybe more than 50% covered, but still we call it as what dark cloud, and that is also going to be a reversal candle as such. So however, in the dark cloud, what happens is the red candle on the P2, that is second day, engulfs about 50 to 100% of the P1's blue candle. That is what it is seen here, you can see, which means completely it is not going to covering. Okay, maybe 50% or maybe more than 50%. Then also it is then it is actually called as the dark cloud cover. And whatever the interpretation you know for engulfing, that remains the same for this particular candle, a candlestick pattern as well. Okay. So next comes the harami pattern. So it's not an Hindi word. Harami is an Japanese word. Okay. So apparently it is old Japanese word for pregnant. Okay, somebody who is pregnant is called as harami in Japanese language. So harami is a two candle pattern. The first candle is the usually long one, and the second candle has the small body it is. So we'll go to the harami pattern. You can see, if you see this both of the candlestick, it is something like the first one is an mother, and the second one is a what is it? The baby inside the mother's stomach. Okay, so something like that it appears. That is why it is called as what the harami, which means the pregnant woman. Okay, pregnant woman. So it looks like, and that's why it's called as what harami means pregnant woman. Okay, so that's why it is the word has come up. So bullish, which means there should be a downtrend, and then harami should have formed, and then the trend is actually going to be reversing. Okay, so this is bullish harami. One more example you can see here. Okay. Even if it's a small candle in front of the big candle, then also it is going to be called as bullish haramitas. So one more pattern out here, bearish haramitas. You can see there is a consistent uptrend, Harami happened, and then it is going to be crashing. But here, what has happened? You can see still the market is in the sideways. It has not given us the downtrend still. So I can say this as an failed Harami as such. Okay, you can see this one more bearish Harami. Okay, so we have discussed so far the engulfing bullish engulfing pattern, bearish engulfing pattern, and also we discussed what the second thing what we have discussed is the dark cloud cover, bearish and bullish, both we have discussed. Harami, both bullish and bearish we have discussed. So we have discussed 6 patterns. So let us pause here. Let us go back to the chart patterns, and then we will try to establish. We'll try to discuss them. We'll discuss them. Then we will, if the time permits, we will be going ahead with the further discussion. So I'll go here, and before that, I'll go to charting. So I'll search here for first one is engulfing, right? So I'll go for Harami. Let's see Harami. So Harami is not visible here. It is not coming up. I'll go to screens here once again. I think somewhere I remember engulfing we have seen here, right? Okay, so bearish engulfing. So bearish engulfing, there is an somebody already wrote the scans here. You can see Ultratech Cement. Let us see Ultratech Cement. So let us go to Ultratech now. Class, is it an engulfing?
Yes, sir.
How you said it's an engulfing?
Sir, at first it was going downtrend and suddenly it started going upwards.
Okay, this one you're saying engulfing. This you're saying engulfing, right?
Yes, sir.
So we should be going long after this, above this only. Then only it is called as one. Okay. So this is not an confirmed trend reversal as such. Okay. But let us see what is there here. What is there here? Let us see. Bearish engulfing after 8 candles downtrend for 5 minutes here. Okay. I have not understood what is it. Let me see for 5 minutes. Let us not keep it for 5 minutes. It's not going to be really worth as such. Okay, so what we have understood this, we have seen one bearish engulfing for sure. Let me go to the next one. Motilal Oswal. Okay, Hero Motor Cup, let us see. Yeah, Hero Motor Cup, you can see there is an engulfing pattern here. So that really clicked here, right? It has not touched the stop loss. It has not come up. But for me, this is, I don't feel like it is actually a consistent downtrend as such. Okay, only we could see some pattern out here. However, we can see here there's an engulfing. So after engulfing, you can see this is a very good example. So Euro Motor Corp has actually gone upwards. Okay, so you can also make use of the trend line as well. So trend line you have drawn here. So yeah, we have drawn the trend line here. So it is touching 1, 2, approximately 3, 4 touch points it is making. And after that, a candle is breaking like this. Okay, so you can think of going long over and above this trend line because there is an engulfing pattern. So we are taking into consideration of double confirmation here. Okay. So next comes CYE and Cient Limited. CY. Can you see here? But for me, this is not an engulfing because there is no trend as such here. Okay. So this one, can you see what is this one? This one. It looks like what? Bearish engulfing, but there should be a persistent uptrend. Then this should have happened. Okay, so you can see there is an uptrend and there is an engulfing. Okay, so you can see this is a failed engulfing for me. This is stop loss has hit here somewhere here. Okay. So stop loss has hit in this case. Okay, so engulfing did not really work. Right. Gland former. Okay, gland former, what would you like to say here? So here I could not see anything here. This is not engulfing. Ultratech, we will send Century plywood playboards. Century. Yes, class. So what would you like to say about this Century? So I could not see any engulfing here. You can see there is an engulfing sort of a thing, but it is not engulfing. It can be called as an harami as such, but there is no downtrend as such. So I can't really call that. So can you see here? There is one pattern. This is yet to be discussed. We'll discuss in the next session.
Sir, inverted hammer.
Where is it?
Sir, where you have the circle this.
This one.
Yes, sir.
This is not the one we have discussed just now. So this is not called as an inverted hammer. So I'll show you what is that pattern is. So that is there ahead in my slide. Can you see this? Morning star. It is actually called as morning star. It is. Okay. So morning star means there is a downtrend, then morning star, and then it's going to be bullish trend will continue here. Similarly, you can see here in Century, there is going to be downtrend. There is going to be morning star, which has come up, and you can see market has so much, what is it, bullish. You can see markets are actually bullish. Okay. So what I'm trying to say here is, you can see one more thing I can actually show here. So trend line, if you draw also, and I'm drawing it here. Yeah, so for me, this is a trend line. So 1, 2, 3, 4 touch points. Okay, so you can go long over and above this trend line because there's a confirmation here, because it's a morning star it is. And at the same time, if you're not really willing to go here, okay, If you feel that this is not a consistent downtrend, if you feel so, you can actually put one more trend line out here. See how the market is consolidating for so many days here. Okay, so this is the trend line. You can see how many touch points it is actually having it. You can think of going long here. So there is a confirmation, it has already happened here, and there is second confirmation, and the third confirmation is this stock is going out of this particular trend line as well. You can see here, and you can see there is an above average volume also. There is a volume analysis if you do it. So this is the average volume. Where is the average volume? If the this is actually volumeters. If the volumes are below this particular average, okay, then we call it as below average volumeters. You can see there's a spurt in the volume here. There is a spurt in the volume here. I'm saying here. Okay, and because of which what is happening, and also it is going out of this particular trend line, and this particular trend line is also horizontal. It is not a very steep trend line or something of that sort. You can see this is an horizontal trend line, and anything above this will be very much bullish. You can see after going above this, it has not hit the stop loss, because our stop loss should be below this candle. Okay, slightly below this candle. Okay, so it has not hit the stop loss, it went up like that. So first entry, second entry. Okay, so this is all about Century plyboards. So let me go to the next one. Ultratech we have seen. So next is Motilal Oswal. This class, this is, can you see what is this pattern is? Can you see this? What is this pattern? The single candlestick pattern. Can you remember this? We had already discussed in one of my previous sessions. This one.
It's like a spinning top. So it's like a there is no certainty about the spinning top. So
Yes. So spinning top, very good. You have identified rightly. So what is the functionality of a? What are the characteristics of a spinning top? What happens if it appears?
it's like a calm before the storm.
Yes.
So
So which means
it
the
would be
market is
very
going to be
volatile. Yes.
volatile. We can understand. So either it is going to be uptrend or downtrend.
In that
Sir,
case,
it is
it can be a downtrend.
It can be downtrend or it can be uptrend also, because it can work as a trend continuation, or it can be viewed as a trend reversal as well, because we can say that the market is in indecision. It is because both bulls and bears are actually having a equal strength, and that is how the spinning top has actually happened, and that is having a small body, and slightly the wick should have been slightly having both the sides, the length should have been slightly higher. That's fine, but still that qualifies to be in the spinning top as such. Okay, so so next one is, can you see this one? What is this? This one.
sir dark cloud.
It's a dark cloud. Okay, so it's not an engulfing, because engulfing means completely it should have been covered. So what I do is I'll be having a doubt here, so I'll just go for this. trend. Okay, you can see I can actually take beyond this. You can see there is a huge volumes which is coming up, spiking in the volume which is happening. So I can only take the trade above this particular trend line, because for me it is not an established downtrend as such. Okay, the trend is not very downtrend as such. So because of which I got a doubt. That is why I have drawn this particular trend line. Okay, so I'll be buying over and above this trend line. So where should I keep my stop loss? Stop loss is going to be quite deep here because it should be lesser than this. Or if I feel that my stop loss should be very less, if I'm in like that, I can think of going for an stop loss below this green candle also. I can keep my stop loss, or just below this particular trend line can be your stop loss. However, the trend line has not hit, it has gone up like anything. So you can see it has gone up. So can you see this one? Right. Yeah, so let us go to Bank Nifty. Okay, so the Bank Nifty, can you see here? So there is going to be spinning top which is formed right now. So, and also if you can just draw some trend lines, you can also draw this trend line. So trend line as well as there is going to be spinning top, and there is going to be one more spinning top. 1, 2, 3. There is a successive spinning tops happened here. So can you analyze this now? Bank Nifty. It has closed above this trend line, and there is a spinning top. Somebody asked me for Bank Nifty. What is it? To do the analysis of the Bank Nifty. Who has asked me that?
So it is me, sir.
Yes, yes. So can you tell me now? The analysis in front of you. It is.
So I think it's a spinning top, sir. So it is now in an indecision point. We can't take any decisions right now. But
Yes.
to the trend line also, we can see that it also break the trend line.
Yes.
So I think, sir, we should wait for the next candle before taking a decision.
So I'm thinking that the market, since it has closed above this, okay, and there may be chance if the market is going beyond this, and if it is trading above this particular, as far as the market is above this trend line, it is going to be highly bullish. Okay, that is what I can only say based on what we already learned with respect to the trend line. We already learned because I have been drawing it, and you also understood the spinning top. Okay, that is where, and we have seen successfully there are 3 spinning tops which has been happening. So spinning top means it either way market can actually move. That is, it can move upward direction, or it can even go towards the downward direction. So thinking both of it, and since it has crossed this particular trend line, it has closed above this particular trend line today. So I am actually bullish on Bank Nifty. Is it clear, class?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Tangent can be anywhere. So tangent can be anywhere. Like
Kavit, you are not really. Your voice is cracking.
hello, sir. Am I audible?
No, for me it is cracking. Can anybody confirm whether Kavit is audible?
Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible. Go ahead.
So tangent of a trend line can be anything. We can have it on a close price as well. So how can we decide that this is our price point?
I have not understood your doubt, Kavit.
Sir, we have drawn the trend line.
Okay.
And sir, the tangent of it, like we can also close it above the close price as well. Like it can also touches the previous 2 candles, and also
You're saying like this.
Yeah.
Like this, you're saying, right? Is it right?
Yes, sir.
This is your
So
view, right? Okay. So what I'm trying to say is, supposing that you don't know what has happened for the last four days, think for a while, assuming that you are here. So how do you draw this? So this particular candles previously formed candles. These are already. So what I do now is I will extend this out of curiosity, assuming that I don't know what has happened here. Assume that it is this particular candle is in making right now. Market has not closed. Okay. So assume that markets have not closed. So you extended this trend line beyond this. Okay. Array, what has happened? Okay. So this is what it is. So for me, this particular candle slightly above, or it is exactly on the trend line it has closed. Will you agree with me, Kabir?
yes, sir.
Okay, so when this particular candle has closed just now today, obviously next day when I'm trading, I should keep, as you rightly said, I should be keeping like this only. Okay, but I'm saying since I am analyzing right now, okay, so since I'm analyzing right now, I feel that it is slightly in sync with this particular trend line, and because of which next day onwards, if it crosses, that is why I told you, if it crosses above this particular candle and closes next day, so then it is actually going to be bullish. It is. Okay, and we don't have any volumes here for the Nifty, so we can actually think of going for futures as such. It's a Nifty bank, na? Bank Nifty. Let me put Bank Nifty. So I'll take up this July futures. So now it is clearly visible, you can see, in case of futures. Okay. So in futures, it already moved, you can see it has already moved. So in futures also it is the same. And you can see today the volumes are not above average it is. It is below average, you can see, because this particular moving average is there. No? This is moving average it is, and volumes are lesser than the average it is, below average, in other words. So tomorrow, if the volumes are spiking up above this particular blue line, here volumes I'm saying, at the same time, if it crosses with full volume, this particular above this particular line, so obviously it is going to be bullish. Okay. So clear, Kavit?
Sir.
So thank you so much. So we have not even discussed any indicators as such. We are only playing around with the trend line and the candles as of now. So definitely once we discuss the indicators, we'll be having some more strength to discuss about all of this. So thank you for being with me. So have a great day ahead. We will stop now, and we'll meet next Thursday, and we'll discuss rest of the things. Bye bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
हम तो बोल भी नहीं सकते थैंक यू